Hi guys, welcome to Min's Journal. Hi guys, welcome back to Min's Journal. Thank you so much for the love you showed on my first video. I was quite nervous about that. Um, but yeah, it's motivated me. So in today's video, we're going to talk about journaling. So we'll start with the definition. Journaling is the process of documenting our thoughts and feelings as we navigate through everyday life. I started journaling in 2017. I can't remember what exactly prompted me, but I just decided to give it a go and I haven't looked back ever since. In 2020, I guess just completed the last page of my very first journal, and so it ran from 2017 to 2020, and it was quite emotional. I don't know why. I think in my head it felt like the end of an era or like phase for me. But I'm happy that I journaled like my experiences because I can always look back and see like who I was at the time, how I dealt with situations at the time. I think it's just nice to be able to look back and see how far you've come. Um, so yeah, so how has it benefited me? So firstly, it's giving me more awareness of my thoughts and emotions. This is by me seeing my thoughts on paper and seeing things more holistically and objectively. Seeing things objectively obviously helps me handle the same situation a different way should they occur again. And that's because obviously when you see things on like when you, I guess, document stuff and you see it on paper and see things from, like I said, an objective point of view, and you take yourself out of it, you can see where you went wrong, and I guess what you need to change or do better, and how the other person acted. And seeing my thoughts on paper, I've realized has given me clarity. Um, because sometimes when you're in the thick of like a negative emotion, um, your thoughts are, or for me anyways, my thoughts are jumbled up in my head, especially when I'm like experiencing like different conflicting thoughts at the same time. Writing them down and seeing them on paper gives me more clarity and allows me to sort of arrange my thoughts in my head. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. So yeah, nod if it makes sense. um and I think when I just like see it and arrange it in my head, it allows me to know what exactly I'm even thinking in that moment, not something that I thought before and I was triggered by, like what in that moment is the real issue, and allows me to sort it out. I find that it also helps me build a better relationship with myself by improving my self-awareness and self-accountability. So if I see something, like I said, looking at your thoughts or feelings more objectively allows you to see that probably you were the one who was wrong in the situation, allows you to hold yourself accountable to how you acted or reacted, and even work better on your relationship with others. This happens when I go back to look at old journal entries and connect the dots from there, analyze how I viewed and related with myself there and how I view and relate with myself now. So that helps me build a stronger relationship with myself. So, for example, maybe at a time in 2018, I wrote something negative about myself, and that was how I viewed myself at the time. Now in 2022, I definitely feel like I have a better relationship with myself, and I find that going back to look at older entries, it makes me very emotional how like I probably didn't rate myself or had little to no value, and it allows me to, I guess, apologize to myself and intentionally form a better relationship. Honestly, for the most part, it's just a means of expressing myself and venting. I find that for the most part, we just like to, when we're feeling, especially negative emotions. I mean, we like to share when we're feeling, or when we're experiencing positive emotions and feelings. We like to talk. Um, but particularly with negative emotions, we like to vent. And I find that for the most part, I'd rather just write in the moment than call someone and talk and say something I'm not supposed to say. But like when you're in the moment, when I'm in the thick of things, I like to vent on paper, and it's almost as if I'm depositing like the negative emotions on the paper and letting go of it. I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, it works. Like it's like after I've let go of it, it's not there anymore. Um, yeah, and like I said, it gives my mind clarity, and I can then regulate my actions and reactions. But obviously, that's still a work in progress. But yeah, regulating my reactions for sure. It helps me with that. So, I did some research and I came across a few different types of journaling. Um, because the thing is, I just went with writing how I felt and like documenting my feelings and emotions. I didn't even do research or anything. I just decided to start writing. And I like it, to be honest, because that's what works for me. But apparently there are different types, and I mean that's a good thing so that you can find what works for you. Um, especially when you're just starting the journey of journaling, it can be quite daunting. And I think with human beings, we like to feel like, oh, we want to do things the right way. But I find that with journaling, there's no right way. It's just one of those things that you do, the way you want to do it, and you go at your pace. Because I feel like that there's just too many rules to live by. Just find what works for you and do it, to be honest with you. So here are a few types of journaling. So first of all, we have gratitude journaling. I came across this, I think maybe like 2 years ago, and I can't remember what it was because I listened to people like Jay Shetty and Tom Bilyeu and like Lanre Olusola and all of that, and I think it was one of them, probably Jay Shetty. Um, Actually, no, probably Jay Shetty in 2018, who said something about gratitude journaling. So I think that was the first time I heard it, but I never did it up until like 2 years ago. That I started like doing it more consistently. And it's basically just when you reflect on things you're grateful for and you take account of it. So the thing with me is I do keep a gratitude journal. Before I got a gratitude journal 2 years ago, I would just write things I'm grateful for randomly. But I find that I like keeping things, I like organizing things and I like keeping things in like, a central place. Like I like centralizing my stuff. So um I walked into WH Smith, and I feel like WH Smith is like my favorite store because I love stationery. I don't know why. I have 10,000 jotters. I have various pens and pencils and things I'll never use, but I just love them. Anyways, this is my gratitude journal. So it has 3 bullet points or numbers or whatever, and I just write 3 things I'm grateful for, and I really like it because um it takes away the pressure of writing a long essay of things I'm grateful for. And me, I don't know how to do that one. So I like how, it's guided me and it's allowed me to just write 3 things every day I'm grateful for. Research shows that a gratitude practice improves happiness and well being. It builds a habit of being thankful and it gives you something to turn to whenever you're down, in terms of, whenever you feel like um, things are going well, or as human beings we tend to focus on the negative things. I think when you look through your journal entries, you can see that, okay, well, but this is going well and this is going well and I'm alive and I can breathe without assistance and all of those things. So yeah, it's actually the little things. Like sometimes I just write that I'm grateful that I woke up today. I'm grateful that God hasn't left me. I'm grateful for my memory, little things, to be very honest with you. And I find that those are actually the big things. The fact that we can walk without assistance, or little things like that. So number 2 is stream of consciousness journaling, and I find that this is what I do all the time, and this is what I did when I started in the beginning, and this is what works for me. Because like I said, I like venting. So it's when we're just like writing without a certain goal or topic in mind. We're just letting our thoughts flow, we're letting our hands go, and just whatever we're thinking about in that moment, we're writing. Even if it's just, oh, right now I don't know what to write. Right now I'm feeling like this. Right now, and you just keep writing. Right now I don't know what to write, and before I know it, it is. But wait, oh, I'm actually writing. Oh, things like that. Just letting your mind flow, in the moment. And I find that it's therapeutic because in that moment you're not overthinking, you're not thinking of other things. It brings and draws your mind to that one thing you're focusing on, and that calms you. So yeah. Number three, reflective journaling. This is when you see your journal as a space to reflect on your life and process your emotions and experiences. And it can help you get to know yourself better, by unpacking your thoughts and feelings. And like I said, looking back and rereading it and seeing, who you are on paper and seeing yourself objectively from like a fresh set of eyes. Um, Number four, daily journaling, which is something that actually I should be doing. I should be more consistent in my journaling because it really does help me. But sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do that later. Or sometimes I just write it on my laptop, and sometimes it's a voice note on my phone because my journal is on the table and I'm not standing up from my bed to go and get my journal. Sometimes I do that. I do voice note journal entries and, transfer it to my main journal when I'm ready. Daily journaling is taking into account how your day is going. You can do it at the end of the day, or you can do it like as the day is going, as you experience certain things, as things occur. Um, yeah, it depends on how you want to do it. To be honest, it can be hour by hour. It can be at the end of the day, like I said. Um, Honestly, what works for you? And I found that this can either be written or visual. I do written. I don't know, that's just me. Um, but I've recently learned about like visual journaling, and it's when you express your thoughts and feelings through illustration. I'll give that a go and obviously come back and tell you how that went or how my experience was. So three benefits of journaling. First of all, it improves your mental well-being. A way to handle strong emotions and difficult times is to find a healthy way to let go of them. And journaling is apparently proven to positively impact mental health and reduce the effects of anxiety and depression. Anxiety, for sure, I understand that because, like I said, when you're writing, you're not focused on other things that make you anxious. You're focused on you writing in that moment. And I find that, it's just calming, and stress is less, to be honest. Number two, it strengthens the immune system and recovery time. So, journaling is linked to decreasing health problems in the long term, and it helps you heal faster. As a study found that expressing writing sped up wound healing in older adults. So, a Cambridge study was conducted in 2019, and participants were asked to write about their deepest thoughts and feelings around the most stressful and upsetting events in their lives. 4 months later, those who wrote about their experiences for 15 minutes a day had fewer sick days and visits to the doctors. So apparently that's a thing. I didn't even know like the deep health benefits of it. I just knew that day by day, like I was feeling less anxious, less stressed. And yeah, like I said earlier, helping me build a better relationship with myself and all of that. But I never thought about like the, I guess, proper medical, you know, um, positive impact that journaling can have on us. Number three, helps us set and accomplish goals. And I've heard this thing a lot that when you write down your goals, you are more likely going to achieve them than when you don't. And I think it's a thing, or I don't think, now research shows that it's a thing about visualization. So research shows that one of the most effective ways to achieve our goals is to write them down. And this is because putting them down on paper helps us visualize them more clearly. And visualization, I've come to find out, is a powerful technique as it helps us imagine and already see and feel that what we want is already ours. So it's about 2 weeks ago, I think. I went for a Lanre Olushola event. He's a life coach. He's a Nigerian life coach, and he's called The Catalyst. It was called It Is Possible. Basically, just understanding that anything you want is possible if you're willing to put in the work and if you believe. Emphasizing on a very strong belief system, and I did not know that the effect of like just believing was so strong. Like, it's really powerful, but that's another video. And so I think I can't remember. I'm trying to remember what we did in particular, but he made us do like a visualization. What's it called? Practice, where, you know, whatever it was that we wanted most at that time, he told us to like close our eyes, you know, stand up and visualize that it's ours, that we're already there, and what are the events surrounding. And obviously it's a practice like meditation, so it's something that it's like a muscle that you build over time the more you do it. So yeah, that's one thing I've realized as well. So we've come to the end of this video. I hope this has been helpful. If you've not already started, I hope you start journaling. And I guess if you've already started, tell me in the comments down below what your experience has been like. If it's something that, you know, you think you want to do, please do more research on it, or just start writing. Thank you for stopping by Min's Journal. My name is Amina Issa. I'm gonna see you in the next video, and I'm out.